Good afternoon, everybody. So what I wanted to do is pick up what my 80s, 90s nostalgia movies and things I grew up with. This one, as soon as you see that face right there, you should know what I'm going to be talking about. This was My Pet Monsters. It came out in 1986. What this was a live action film that dropped right during the same time that the plushie dropped. I mean, they call them plushies now, but we just call them stuffed animals. But the stuffed animal had boys in a chokehold at one point, and all it really did was, I think, growled, and you could bust the handcuffs. But a lot of the times back in the day, you bought those toys and you basically wrestled with them. You threw them around, and then, WrestleMania came out with their own wrestling buddies that you basically wrestled also. But this live action movie came out. It starred a kid named Max. And basically what happened is he actually stumbled onto a statue, a Babylonian statue that changed him into a monster every time he got hungry. So basically the movie was about him basically becoming this My Pet Monster, and then he befriended a little girl, and basically that was pretty much the whole premise of the movie. It was one of those things where it was like a follow-up to a toy, and basically because of the popularity from the actual doll that was out, a lot of people followed it because they had or owned the actual figure. It was kind of almost like people who had what was it, My Buddy, and then followed right into Child's Play. But in that scenario, you got rid of that damn doll after you seen Child's Play. It didn't matter when. A funny childhood story is the house that I grew up in had stairs. And basically, at the top of the stairs, it was kind of like a storage unit. And in order to get to the bedrooms, you had to go up these stairs past the storage unit to get to the bedrooms on the left and then the right. We had a My Buddy at the top of the stairs at the storage area when I stopped playing with it. Well, at some point it must have fell down, and when it fell down, it landed perfectly sitting at the top of the stairs. Well, this was after Child's Play had came out, and basically what happened, long story short, my mom was scared to go up the stairs because she thought that the doll had moved from the top shelf down to the stairs, and was basically waiting for her to come to the top of the stairs so he could kill her. So that's actually a funny story. But Child's Play is another funny, crazy movie, like I said. But My Pet Monster, I'm sorry, was a stuffed animal that became a live action, I would say, I guess, movie, or honestly spin-off from a toy, which is actually funny. But yeah, I mean, if you remember My Pet Monster, if you owned a My Pet Monster, like and comment this or share it with other people who may have owned one. Sometimes with My Pet Monster, I noticed that some kids had them and some kids didn't have them. And you were almost like the cool kid if you had one or you got one for Christmas. So yeah, like, comment, share. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. I'll be doing a lot more of these between 80s and 90s movies and nostalgia. And comment in the comment section. Let me know if I should do toys, because there's a lot of toys that we grew up with that were cool. I noticed that a lot of toys and a lot of board games now are very poor quality compared to like back in the day. Like, I want to say Mousetrap is like pure or all plastic now, as to back in the day, you could probably catch a real mouse with that thing. But yeah, like, follow, subscribe. Definitely want to do some more of these, and bring back that nostalgia from the 80s, because it was a good time to be alive.